So many people give back once they've, like you were saying, all the York Club and everything, and just the way you've given back to society. What triggered it in you? Was that just, I'm not just going to sit and do it, and then just giving, being on a clinical trial is like giving back. Why do you think it's so important to give back to other survivors who are out there, to other people who are out there who are, being impacted by cancer or not being impacted by cancer?
I think it's part of the, it takes a village mentality. It takes all of us in the boat together, despite our religious differences, despite our political differences. We're all people in the end, and if we really do care about each other and the next generation, it's incumbent upon us to give back, and gosh, it feels good.
That's amazing. So tell me, just going back now, I know it's been 14 years, but 14 years back or 15 years back when you did not have breast cancer and just...
God, it was boring.
Would you have, wait a second, it's an interesting way to make life exciting. However, just tell me, just how has it impacted your outlook? Like, what was your outlook maybe 15 years back, and how is your outlook now?
That's very interesting. I used to suffer terribly from panic attacks. I was seeing a psychiatrist. I was on some heavy medications for panic attack. And the minute very shortly after I was diagnosed with breast cancer, my panic anxiety disorder went away. And it wasn't because even though I still was under the impression that, yes, I might lose my life in 3 years to cancer, it was almost like a relief in a way of, well, at least I know what lies ahead. It was just a feeling of, went from not having control to having control. And I don't know what to make of that, but I do know that after being diagnosed, I began to really put life into perspective, and that before I didn't really know what I was fighting for, but then I began to see what was at stake, and that I had a clear choice to make for my future if I wanted to have a future and have my family in my future. And it just like unfolded before me. And of course, we didn't even get to talk about the nonprofit that I started, but at the time, to help low-income and minority women with breast cancer issues. But it just all fell into place, and I'll just reiterate, cancer's been the most ironic gift
that you've had. And just to wrap up, just tell me, we've just gone through this fascinating journey. I mean, you've gone through a lot of more fascinating. I feel like I'm a couch potato now listening to you. I feel like I need to go out and skydive or something. Just drive here and jump out of the sky.
What are you doing after the show?
After the show, right? Tell me, what do you feel like? What can other people, other women, other survivors take away from hearing your story? Of what would be your
message? To thine own self be true. And know thyself, because I still believe to advocate for yourself no matter what. And if you are in a situation where your medical professional is, not interested in your self-advocacy, you need to find someone who is. It is medical arts.
Right.
It's not perfect. We all know that, or we should know that. And it is a relationship, My grandparents and my parents have a different view, and I think that much of that view has evolved into something far different today. It is a relationship. It is a give and take with the medical community, or it should be. And I think that is something that no matter what your age, you're never too old to change that. And advocate for yourself. Second opinions are very important, and don't wait till you're till you get a serious diagnosis to change your life.
To live your life to the fullest, right? Carol, I want to thank you so much for coming on Cure Connections. I think your story is remarkable. It's inspirational. It's flat out amazing. I think people will get a lot of inspiration listening to it. Other people going through the same, same diagnosis
Or any cancer.
or any cancer. It's very important for survivorship for them to listen to people like you who've taken their life in both their hands and have lived it to the fullest. Carol, I want to thank you so much for coming
Thank
on the
you.
show. I really appreciate it. Thank you.